man. Shout out to Grind City Hoops, man. We love what y'all do, man. Really appreciate y'all.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Grind City Hoops. I'm your host, Donovan McLemore, and today we have a special guest on the podcast. Introduce yourself to the viewers that may not know who you are.
What's up, y'all? I'm Keys. I'm from Maryland, and I go to school in Grand Rapids, Michigan, called Great Christian University.
Absolutely. So everyone that comes on the show, they always have an origin story of how they got started with basketball. So how did you get into the game when you were young?
Well, I started. I was in like seventh grade. Magic got introduced to my best friend. Mike put me on, told me, I had the height and athleticism. He said, just try playing basketball for fun. And then we got on the same AAU team, and they had a lot of like high level athletes. And then, I just kind of went from there. I kind of like how it looked, and I just love watching basketball, so I figured I might as well play it.
Right.
And I taking it serious from there.
Was it a little bit of a learning curve? Because you say you started in seventh grade. A lot of people start like even younger than that. Was it like a learning curve when you started, or you just like kind of just pick up on it real quick?
It was definitely a bit learning curve. I'd say mostly with like IQ and like your body and athleticism, dealing with bigger guys and stuff like that.
For sure. Do you think it puts you in a disadvantage starting so late, or it just kind of just made you work harder?
I'd say a little bit of both because if you grew up playing basketball, you're gonna have like a natural ability to just dribble the ball without having to really do
Right.
and I have like a decent amount of ball handling, but I had to work extra harder for them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Shot, it's easier to just learn how to shoot, so that wasn't really a problem. Athleticism, I had that, and IQ was a big problem too because I just think score first.
Right. Definitely. So, obviously playing competitive is huge now. Playing AAU has gotten even bigger over the years. Who did you play AAU for, and how much of an impact did that have on you playing?
I played with Mid Atlantic Select, and it was like UA Rise. So we
Okay.
played a lot of UA teams, but we always went to tournaments to get to the circuits, but we were like right there, like silver and stuff like that.
Mhm.
It was good. We had a lot of good players who made it to like to the league. We even had Josh Hart play with us. He would sometimes work out with us. We had Malcolm Miller who played with the Raptors at some point, and
Right.
like a lot of, competitive guys. So it was straight.
Absolutely. Obviously I met you at Pat. When did you start going over to Pat training, and how big has he been for you, like just developmental wise?
I would say I didn't start going to a pad till maybe like last year summer,
Oh, okay.
and I started becoming more consistent this year because I had a membership for a gym last year, but this year I didn't want to keep paying that same price.
Mhm.
And I mean, Pat be working with high level, like, and we tell him like big time, big names and all that. So I
Yeah,
just figured if I'm trying to take it like to the next level, I got to keep working with him.
absolutely. I wanted to ask you too, because we had a few other people that went to Pat that trained, not
Right,
you and I, but what makes Pat so much different than like, other trainers?
man. Well, he's my first trainer to be honest. So like,
Yeah.
I was comparing to another trainer, but he's just real detailed with the stuff he do, and he just dribble the ball a little different. I like how he's just Pat, man.
Yeah. This is hard to explain. People don't know. I put some clips in the video, but I mean, like his handle is just somewhere else, bro. But anyway, like moving on to high school, obviously, high school is also big as much as AAU. Where'd you go to high school, and how was that experience in high school playing basketball?
My first year I went to Magruder, which was in like Rockville area, and then my sophomore year I went to Clarksburg, which was in Clarksburg. And I mean, to be honest, I didn't have like the best high school career. It was just 2 years because I skipped a grade and COVID happened too. And my freshman year, I played varsity, but I never really I always played behind I started with like main guys who were playing at big schools, but it wasn't enough for me to just, kind of take over and just go crazy because I mean, they're just that much better than me at that point.
Right.
So it was just like, it was calm, like nothing too crazy. I never got to like 1K ball, none of that stuff. It was regular.
Right. So actually, I wanted to ask you, like, when did you graduate high school, and when did COVID happen for you? Like, when you're high school, was it already when you graduated, or did it happen like in the middle of high school? Like, when did it happen?
I graduated 2021, but COVID happened, I think, the year prior
Okay, yeah.
when I was more. And then we had like a quarterfinal game we had to play, but it got canceled because of COVID. So I just figured I'd try to graduate early.
Dang. So I actually wanted to ask you this because we had Mike on here too, and he talked about how COVID like impacted his game and stuff like that. But how
Yeah.
much of an impact did it have on you, just like Not just like with your game with basketball, but also just like mentally.
It did a lot for me. I mean, I kind of seen it as like a blessing in disguise because I took advantage of the opportunity to just do school at home.
Hmm.
Because I mean, it'll get away with a lot of stuff. But basketball wise, it didn't really help me because I lost a lot of like recruitments, like coaches talking to me. I lost a lot of that because I couldn't play basketball during the time. And the teams that wanted me to play, I had to pay. I wasn't gonna pay to like play basketball at the time either. I didn't have the money for it.
Right.
So I was just really working out every day outside and stuff like that. You know.
Absolutely. I wanted to ask you that about your recruitment as well. Because we ask this question to a lot of players that come on here. But if COVID didn't happen, do you think that would have changed where you are right now at this moment, or you think it wouldn't have been any different?
Um, I think it would just because like I had a lot of schools talking to me at the time, like before COVID started happening with AAU and everything. And like I would have still went through like the 4 years of high school, which I would have been killing. Like, instead of taking that year and going to college, I would have the opportunity to really have my time. But like, you know, it just kind of slowed me down where I was fortunate enough to play Division One at the point. I mean, at that time, but I also could have got more money if I had just stayed in high school and just went through my years.
Absolutely.
Probably better
Do
for
you
my.
think? I actually wanted to ask you too. Like, now we have the transfer portal and stuff in college. Do you think
Uh-huh.
it's like? Do you think it's bad for college basketball, or you think it's like doing good for college basketball, or you just kind of like in between, like you just don't really matter?
I mean, yeah, it don't really matter to me. Me personally, I like where I'm at. Like, I'm really chilling,
Mhm.
but it's good for people that don't like their situations. Like because everybody always wants to play somewhere better, but it doesn't really affect me because either way, I'm just chilling where I'm at. You know.
Absolutely. So moving on to like now you're in college basketball playing and hooping. Um, this upcoming season is coming up pretty quick. It's September, about to go into October. Season's coming up. So like, what are some goals you have going into this season that you want to accomplish?
I got a lot of goals, bro. Like individually and for my team, because I think we're gonna be a lot better this year than we were last year.
Mhm.
I expect to take it all the way and win a national championship. To be honest,
That's
like
huge.
we got what it takes to do that. I'm not gonna lie, but like individually for me, I'd say just continue to improve, and as like a player and as a teammate, and just statistically like developing everything. You know what I mean? Shooting the ball better, efficiently, and just all around everything I do, just do it better.
Absolutely. So what makes you different? Obviously, you play guard. What makes you different than like other guards?
What makes me different, I would say, is definitely my shooting ability. Just
Mhm.
because like I don't have like the crazy moves that other guards would have,
Mhm.
but I have a great I know how to get my shot off very well, get to my spots,
Mhm.
and my athleticism for sure.
Absolutely. So wrapping up this interview real quick, I always ask everybody this before they get off, but in the next like 3 to 5 years, where do you see yourself being?
Honestly, I see myself playing like in a different country, playing basketball,
Mhm.
because I know like the route it takes to be in the NBA, and politically, it's harder when you're like in my predicament. But
Mhm.
it does not mean it's possible. Like it's still, it's not out of reach.
Mhm.
So I definitely see myself playing. And then also like with my degree, I see myself working and having clients because I'm a clinical psychologist. So I deal with like kids and stuff like that. So I just see making a lot of money.
That's
You feel
awesome.
me?
That's awesome for sure. Well, I appreciate you coming on and showing me love, bro. But before you get off, like, can you shout out your social media so everybody knows where to follow you and find you?
Yeah, I got you. For my Instagram is keys.omari, but it's the E and the keys is a three. So like K3YS.omari. So
Absolutely. You mind shouting out the podcast real quick?
I got you, man. Shout out to Grind City Hoops, man. We love what y'all do, man. Really appreciate y'all.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you, man. You have a good one. Good luck this season for real.
Appreciate you, bro. You too, my man.
All right, man.